All right, welcome to module 3, which is all about creating magnetic social media content. New day, new couch for those playing along at home. Don't ask me why, just some quick adjustments. But anyway, I digress again. In today's module, this particular module, what I want to really talk about is the types of content that creates sellers. That's without a doubt what we're trying to achieve here. You want to create content that's going to create opportunities. Now, your standard just listed, just sold posts, your typical market update videos, and certainly your cliche rate my agent or your standard typical Canva tiles are not going to create opportunities, right? That kind of content is so overused, so oversaturated, and just beige, right? So when people see that in their newsfeed, they're not going to be like, oh, I should call this agent, right? Oh, they got a great review. First and foremost, the times they're actually going to read the review, if you're reposting something from Rate My Agent, is pretty low anyway. And I almost encourage you to go and sort of check your own social media. Go and look at the social media and go your own social media page and look at what gets the most attraction. What gets the most engagement? What gets the most views? 9.99 times out of 10, it is not your typical gimmicky real estate content. So in today's module, as I said, I'm going to really highlight creating high engagement posts. They're going to generate leads. And more importantly, I want to really deep dive into turning you into a bit of an elite videographer, right? Now, I know that sounds pretty brazen to begin with. Most of you have probably never picked up a video camera in your life. That's okay. Neither had I, okay, when I first started creating content. There's a couple of really cool tools that you can use that can help you make your content stand out a lot more, but also a lot of strategy. So I want to really deep dive into strategy today. There's a lot of strategies you can use that will more importantly put you in front of more people and create more engagement, which in turn is more eyeballs means more leads, of course. More importantly, more opportunities. So first and foremost, let's talk about content and the type of content that you need to create as a real estate agent that's going to actually generate eyeballs and opportunities. Before I dive into the details of what to create, let's first talk about what not to create. So as I said before, the standard post that you're putting out at the moment, I can almost assume would be just listed, just sold, testimonials, and market updates, okay? So let's deep dive those to begin with. So just listed, just sold. Now, I have a template. So at the bottom of this email will be a social media template. It's just a Google Doc. Inside that Google Doc, I really break down exactly how to do these types of posts. So rather than just putting up a generic tile from your agency, your marketing team might send you like a just listed. So you've got the overlay of just listed, it's a property of a photo of the property, just listed, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, going to auction on this date, right? Stop posting that, right? Because it doesn't resonate with your audience. It doesn't make you relatable to your audience. And it's not good for the platforms. Regardless of the platform you're posting on, it's not good for the platform. What you want to understand instead is you want to make it more social. So remember, it's social media. So people don't want to see photos of or gimmicky photos of properties with overlays on top. It just doesn't work. They want to see photos of you, right? They want to be more relatable to you. They want to see sort of how you look, how you dress, how you act, things like that. So the more personality you can put into it, the better. Now, if you're not great with video, that's okay. We can get to video at the end of this module. First, let's talk about still images. So what I want to advise you, instead of doing your typical gimmicky just listed or just sold post, is I want you to change it up. So go and look at the templates in the Google Doc that I've shared. Okay, so that'll give you a real deep dive of what type of photo to post, right? And it can be iPhone, it can be Android. It doesn't have to be a professional camera. You don't need a professional photographer or media team following you around. You just don't. Quite frankly, actually, here's a little idea for you. Actually, social media. What I've actually found is when I post content that's taken on my iPhone, it actually performs so much better than content taken by a professional photographer or a professional videographer team. Why? Because professional is too professional and it's too unrelatable. When it's a little bit grainy or a little bit candid or, whatever else it might be, it's a lot more relatable and actually gets a lot more engagement. So just consider that. You don't need a media team. So let's talk about just listed first and foremost. So still images. We're talking about still images, not talking about video. We'll get to video at the end of the video, at the end of this video, right? So what I tend to find is, let's take just listed as an example. I'm going in circles here. I know I am. Bear with me. Take just listed to begin with. What you're generally posting at the moment is you're posting a tile from what your marketing team has given you, or you might create it yourself in Canva or InDesign or whatever it might be. And it's normally a photo of the property, and then you've got just listed and then the spec of the property and whatever else. I want you to stop doing that. Instead, what I want you to do with just listed posts is I want you to go and stand in front of the property you're posting about. So 123 Smith Street, you've just listed it. It's going to auction in 4 weeks. Go and stand in front of the photo and get a colleague or your PA, your associate, or even your wife or your husband to follow you to that property and take a photo of you standing in front of that property. Okay. So let's say, for example, you're at the front door or the front gate or outside in the front facade, and just stand normally. You know, you can put your hands, arms crossed, or hands in pockets, or you can do a bit of a candid sort of theme and, you know, get you walking into it or whatever it might be. Take a photo of that. Why? Because it adds personality. It adds your personal profile, adds your personal brand. So your profile now is getting elevated as well, because you're just listed tile. No one can see your face, right? So it doesn't elevate your profile or your brand. This has your face in it. So it gets you more recognized and builds more profile, as I said. The second thing it does is it shows a photo of the house, right? So if someone's interested in that type of property, it could be, you know, a unit, or it could be a Victorian or a Queensland, whatever it might be. If they're looking for that style of property and they like it, it's still promoting the property, okay? And then in the caption below the photo, that's where you're gonna put the details. So just listed 123 Smith Street, going to auction in 4 weeks' time. Here's the price guide, you know, whatever it might be. Call me if you want more information. Also, do not forget to include your link in there. So your pocket appraisal link that you've now just created in the last module, you want to include that, or at least direct people to your ManyChat to get the link. So for example, you post the photo, just listed, there's a photo of you standing in front of the property, whatever it might be. You've got the description of the property. At the bottom of that description, you've got click here for an instant market estimate on your property, or comment the word value and I'll give you the link in your DMs, right? So now you're actually starting to generate leads through just listed as well. Now, here's the better thing. You do a just listed video, right? So let's say, for example, you get a cool cinematic video done by a professional team, okay, for that particular property. Now, VPA is generally paid for to promote that on social media. There's nothing stopping you from putting in the caption of that just listed video, if you want to know the value of your property, comment the word value and I'll send you an instant link. So now all of a sudden you're using VPA to generate your leads as well. Okay, it's still, don't get me right, it's still promoting the property, right? So your vendors can't be upset. You're still promoting the property. But at the same time, you're generating opportunities for yourself as well. Now, the same applies with Just Sold. Just Sold's a really good one. Just Sold's a really good opportunity to bring like your vendors, your buyers or sellers into it as well. So let's say, for example, you prioritize your buyers for Just Sold posts, and then you prioritize vendors for your testimonial posts. So for example, if it's a Just Sold, get your buyers in front of the sold sign, pop in some champagne, make it a really candid type shot, but make sure you're in the photo as well, okay? So mid champagne pop, it's two buyers and you having a laugh, or sold stickers on in the background. So you can still see the house in the background. The sold stickers on there. It's got your agency branding on there. It's also got your face on there. So your personal profile, again, is getting built from this. And it's showing client proof. It shows that you can sell property. That is far better than this stupid, gimmicky, just sold tile that your marketing team has created for you, or that you can create in Canva or InDesign. Now, I don't care how good you are at Canva or InDesign. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's still garbage content. So stop doing it. Then testimonials are a great one. So then testimonials, you can then get your sellers into it, right? So rather than sharing a rate my agent tile with their review in the tile, instead get a photo with the sellers. Could be in front of the sold sign. Again, it's a different looking photo because you've got different people in the photo. Make sure you're still in the photo. Or you could get them to record a few words, right, on your iPhone, or get your videographer team. Doesn't really matter too much. and then paste the full review in the caption. So you don't want to have text in the photos. That's what I'm basically trying to say to you here. You don't want to have text in the photo, in the creative. Always put the text in the caption. Just listed, just sold, testimonials, all that stuff into the caption. Okay? As I said, go and look at the social media templates in the action items below this video. You will not be disappointed. There's so much in there, and I really, really break it down for you. If you screw it up, then that's on you, not on me. I've given you very detailed ways of how to do it. Finally, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about CapCut. CapCut is the most user-friendly video editing software available. I use it for almost everything, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on my phone and show you how easy it is to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into our video. I'm just going to give you a very quick demo on how we actually do this, okay? So we're going to go into the video icon, right? I'm just going to give you a quick run through. I'm going to record my own video, and then I'm going to go into CapCut and actually show you how I edit as well. So let's use the median values for a certain marketplace, okay? So let's first talk about, let's jump into the video first and foremost, and we'll just run with it, right? So what I want you to pay particular attention to is I want you to notice my pauses, how I talk, and then how much better it looks once I've edited it, okay? So let's record the video. The new market update, or the new market, let's take that again. The new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to $2.2 million. Now, for the viewers, you'll notice that I've screwed some of that up. Don't stress. I'm going to show you how you can change that. This is really important for our area because more growth means more opportunity for you as a seller. If you want to know the value of your property, comment the word value in this video, and I'll send you a link to get an instant price estimate for your particular property. Great. Now that's obviously, we've stopped that. So that, for those watching at home, that was a horrible video, right? Absolutely horrible video. Now, let me show you how we can make it a lot prettier. Okay. So you're going to go to CapCut. Download CapCut on your phone. You can do it on your desktop or laptop as well. Doesn't really matter too much. Let's get out of that. We're going to click up the top here. We're going to go to new project. So top of screen, as you can see. We're going to select that and we're going to add this in. Now, as we play through this, the new market update, or the new market, let's take that again. The new median sale price for, as you can see, it's garbage, right? So what we're going to do instead is we know that this starting section is garbage. So let's get rid of that. So play it through to where we want it. The new market update, or the new market, let's take that again. The new median sale price for, so the new median sale price is what we want. So we want to stop it there. So you want to see where I start talking. So here we go. What we're going to do is click on the video here, where we've stopped it, and I'm going to click on split in the bottom left-hand corner here. Split that, and we're going to remove the first section. Okay? Now what we're going to do is play it again. The new median sale price for, so you see I screwed up here, right? Bondi has now, and then there's a break, right? So we're going to go the new median sale price for, notice how I stopped there. So we don't want to have that break in there. So I'm going to go split again, play. Bondi, you can see starts there. You can see my words moving. So I'm going to select that again and split. And we want to remove this little middle section in there, right? Because that's the screw up. So select that and then simply click on delete in the bottom right-hand corner. Delete. Now if we watch that through again. The new median sale price for Bondi. And then there's a break, right? So get to the break and we're going to select it, break it again. Move forward to when I start talking again. See, I start, and then delete that. So now all of a sudden you're going to look at it. The new median sale price for Bondi has now So we're going to delete again.
Has now.
Or we've got has now again.
Has
twice.
now.
So we can delete that. So this is going to happen. So delete that. Has now there. So we're going to split that clip and remove that middle one. Delete. So we roll it through again.
The new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to.
You're getting the gist. So what you want to basically then do is cut out all of your cuts. So all of your silences, all of your screw ups. You want to go through the entire video and pull all that out. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that now.
Has now changed to $2.2 million. Now, for the viewers, I'm going to show you how you can change that. This is really important for our area because more growth means more opportunity for you as a seller. If you want to know the value of your property, comment the word value in this video. And I'll send you a link to get an instant price estimate for your particular property.
All right. So you've seen me do that. Now let's play this from the start. And you remember the first one. You remember how bad or how poor the first one looked, right? So look, watch this. I haven't added anything else in yet. All I've done is split the clips.
The new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to $2.2 million. This is really important for our area because more growth means more opportunity for you as a seller. If you want to know the value of your property, comment the word value in this video and I'll send you a link to get an instant price estimate for your particular property.
Right, so I mean, I could have made that sound a lot better, right? And you can obviously narrow it down a lot. You can click on this. If, say, for example, I cut this one too early, I can select this and I can drag it back to here with my thumb. Okay, so now that transition,
and I'll send.
So where did I say and? There. So I want to drag it back to there. So I didn't like that big gap in between.
The word value in this video and I'll send you a link to get an.
Notice how it changed a lot quicker. Okay. So this now you can see below the video there, 8 seconds of 24 seconds. So I've now turned what probably took me 3 minutes to record or 2 minutes to record. I've now cut it down to a 24-second video, right? Which is perfect. Anything from 30 to 60 seconds on social media, particularly on Instagram and Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels and TikTok Shorts is great. That's the kind of content you want to run. So it's been informational. So I've told people about the new median value for Bondi, right? And I've also included my call to action in there. The call to action, comment the word video, etc. Now at this stage, it's pretty like all those cut.
The new median sale price for Bondi has now changed.
It's a little bit more visually appealing. So if you're changing angles and things like that, don't stress because it actually looks a lot more visually appealing to the audience. But what you can also do to make it a little bit more visually appealing, let's say we want to add some zooms for dramatic effect, right?
The new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to 2.
So I want to highlight the 2.2. So I'm going to select this particular part and let's zoom in here. Let's get me really in their face.
$2.2 million. This is really important for our area because more.
Let's say we want to zoom this one, add dramatic effect on more growth, right? Now I'm not going to do it for all of them, but just let me show.
The new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to $2.2 million. This is really important for our area because more growth means more opportunity for you.
See what I mean there? So again, this is a pretty shabby video. Like I would never post this personally, but I'm just kind of trying to get the point across. Now, depending on if you're on the free version of CapCut or the pro version, it doesn't really matter, just FYI. You can go ahead and add captions in here as well. So down the bottom here, you'll see the captions icon. Okay, I'm just going to go generate captions. That's now going to automatically generate captions for that entire video, right? Automatically. Now, you will probably have to go through here and make some changes on words you haven't actually said. And you can customize the fonts and sort of things like that as well. I'm not going to show you all those
The
details.
new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to $2.2 million. This is really important for...
Now, the good thing with captions is it actually shows you where the break is. So I can now come to here. If I wanted to shorten this down for less than 24 seconds, I can do that now as well because I can see all of that, okay? The other thing you can do, of course, there's plenty you can do here. You can, scroll across to filters. There's free or pro filters. It's entirely up to you. Let's just grab a free one for a second. Select that free filter. That now adds it in. So now I'm looking a lot prettier maybe than what I was before, right? If I want to have it across the whole video, then you can do that across the whole video. Now, let's just look at this video back. So what did that take me? Maybe 5 minutes to record and edit all of that. Now let's watch the video back.
The new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to $2.2 million. This is really important for our area because more growth means more opportunity for you as a seller. If you want to know the value of your property, comment the word value in this video and I'll send you a link to get an instant price estimate for your particular property.
Typically then go export. If I was to export that, it'll then save to my photos, right? I can share it directly from there if you want. Going into here, you can obviously look at the difference now. Look at this crap.
The new market update or the new market, let's take that again. The new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to $2.2 million.
Crap. Look at
the new median sale price for Bondi has now changed to $2.2 million. This is really important for our area because more growth means more.
Great. You get the gist of it there, guys, right? So much better. So you don't need a videographer team anymore. Okay, you can actually use the software you've got that's accessible to you, which is really easy to use, really cheap once you know how to use it, and start making a lot more magnetic content. Now, the reason I wanted to show you CapCut is because for a couple of reasons. The first is market updates. So the amount of times I see someone pretty much similar to what I'm recording right now, but you'll see someone sitting on a couch with their suit and tie, and they're giving their area a market update of what's happening. Sale prices, new cafes opening, things like that. It's great, but it's one piece of content. So most people who do those types of videos are getting their videographer or their media team in once a month, which of course is expensive. But secondly, it means they're only posting one piece of content a month for that particular topic. Whereas what you can do instead is, number one, save the cost on what you normally pay a media team because they overcharge you anyway. They're great, we need them, but just use them for your listings. And instead, drip feed the content to your audience. So don't just use one long-winded 5-minute video to tell everyone about the market. Why? They don't watch it anyway, right? Or they might watch the first 15 seconds and get bored. They're not going to watch a full 5-minute or even a 2-minute long video. Instead, get the things that you normally talk about. So median sale prices, capital growth rates, average days on market, price changes for certain properties, whatever it might be, auction clearance rates, and drip feed them through individual pieces of content. Not only does it give you a lot more content for the month, but it's also a lot more engaging for your audience. Let's wrap it up there. Another long tutorial, another long module. Again, I apologize, guys. Hopefully there's a lot of information there for you. See you in the next one.